back at it again, and we've got quite the interesting one here. Let's dive in.
Democratic presidential candidate Joseph Biden today faces a controversy. 3 weeks ago, at a debate at the Iowa State Fair, he used phrases identical to those delivered by British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnick.
Biden seemed to be claiming Kinnick's vision and life as his own.
Why is it that my wife, who's sitting out there in the audience, is the first in her family to ever go to college?
Why is Gladys the first woman in her family in 1,000 generations to be able to get to university?
My ancestors who worked in the coal mines in northeast Pennsylvania don't come up after 12 hours and play football.
8 hours underground and then come up and play football.
It's because they didn't have a platform upon which to stand.
There was no platform upon which they could stand.
The notion...
Literally took the whole speech, just changed the words around a little bit. That's hilarious. And yeah, the great thing about it all, we got cameras. So we got all the footage. This ain't the 1800s where, you know, cameras or video recording wasn't really around too. Well, I don't know when video recording actually started, but, you know, I'm guessing it wasn't around in the 1800s. You know, where you could get away with saying something and, you know, saying something different later because, you know, nobody recorded it. Now, everybody records everything, so good luck with that. But hasn't Kamala done something like this as well? I feel like there was somebody else that did some of the same thing, or was it Joe this whole time? Let me know in the comment section. I feel like it was Kamala, but yeah, let me know.
That every thought or notion or idea you'd have to go back and find and attribute to someone, I think is, quite frankly, ludicrous.
The problem here is that Senator Biden told his audience he'd just been thinking about these things, and he failed to give any credit at all to his famous British speechwriter.
You know, I was thinking on the way over here. Now that's a little too much because, as you point out, what's behind the words? What's there? And a lot of people, the rap on Biden has always been that it's just a surface.
I should have said, to paraphrase Neil Kinnick, it's the only time I didn't, and all the times I've ever used it.
But CBS News found a tape of a second instance.
It reappeared in the New York Times with a new charge, that Biden had appropriated a famous litany from the late Robert Kennedy about what the gross national product cannot measure.
It cannot measure the health of our children,
The health of our children,
the quality of our education,
the quality of their education,
the joy of their play,
or the joy of their play.
Biden gave Kennedy no credit. He has also quoted or paraphrased John Kennedy, Hubert Humphrey, and British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock.
And you know what's ironic about all of this? The fact that we all know Joe isn't running the show. Everybody knows it, left or right. He's just a puppet. He has no thoughts of his own. People tell him what to say. End quote. Repeat the line. Sorry, excuse me. I can't believe he actually read that. End quote. Repeat the line. I'm sorry, excuse me, but that's just absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But, you know, the thing about it is he's never had his own thoughts, clearly. He's never had the ability to think for himself. That's where I was going with all this before that funny part. But yeah, that's crazy. He doesn't have any thoughts of his own now. People literally tell him what to do. You know, take a seat, repeat the line, all that good stuff. And apparently back in the day, he never had any thoughts of his own either. He's taking other people's stuff. He's been the same guy this whole time. The same person. It's crazy.
Paraphrase John Kennedy, Hubert Humphrey, and British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock, all without credit.
Joseph Biden admitted today that he committed plagiarism when he was in law school. He said it was a mistake, but that it was unintentional.
He quoted 5 pages of someone else's work without proper citation.
A whole 5 pages? Oh my goodness. How? Come on, we all went through school. We all know you can't you can't steal a whole 5 pages. Oh my god. Maybe 1 paragraph. Not even that, really, because at least when I was in school, like, they had the ability to like check your stuff. I forgot how they did it, but like there was like some kind of way that they could compare your stuff to stuff that's already been written and things like that. So you couldn't even get away with a whole paragraph. I mean, maybe a sentence that's exactly the same, but then the rest of the paragraph, you gotta jumble things around at least. This man stole a whole 5 pages. You can't make this stuff up, man. Goodness gracious.
He quoted 5 pages of someone else's work without proper citation.
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
He was given an F.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been dumb.
To the political community in Washington, it all seems of a piece. Plagiarism at law school, plagiarism on the stump.
The great communicator. Strike that. The great imitator.
You don't steal verbatim, or when you do, as he did 99% of the time, you give credit.
Biden's critics say he sells himself as a man whose words and visions can inspire a new generation in politics. But if the thoughts, phrases, and visions really belong to others, it's a form of false advertising.
Is it a wise idea, though, to take something that personal, anyway, from another politician and try and appropriate it to your own campaign?
I think it was a stupid thing to appropriate material that was really very personal, that was someone else's.
Most people didn't know who he was, you know, Joe Biden, and now they're going to say, oh, yeah, he's the guy who plagiarized.
That's a lot of people.
Politically, that's devastating.
These clips are devastating. He looks like a Joe Biden wind-up doll with somebody else's words coming out.
If they're going to do...
Been the same person this entire time. He's just a wind-up doll. Sounds pretty familiar, huh? What do you know?
...do things that are stupid as well as immoral, then they're probably too dumb to have the job of president.
Voters are going to have to decide whether he was just...
If they're going to do things that are stupid as well as immoral, then they're probably too dumb to have the job of president.
Voters are going to have to decide whether he was dishonest or dumb.
Senator Joseph Biden may have more explaining to do.
The new questions stem from taped remarks of Biden during an April campaign appearance in New Hampshire.
I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. Went back to law school and, in fact, ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only needed 123 credits.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at the University of Syracuse Law School.
76 out of 85? This man said the top. Seems like his brain was a little bit jumbled back then too. My goodness. You know, I wish the man the best health ever. You know, you don't wish, bad health on anybody, but my goodness, come on, Joe. Come on, man. Not only was he a liar, but he doesn't even have his own thoughts. This is just crazy.
I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
And I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
Joe Biden was victimized by the truth.
Bye-bye Biden. He may not know it yet, but I think this is going to be very difficult for him to recover.
Is Joe Biden dead meat, yes or no?
I think so.
Bob?
It's in terminal condition.
Terminal. Eleanor?
Yes, unless he comes in third in Iowa.
Morton?
Dying.
I say dead. We'll be right back.
Whoa. Interesting. They all predicted that he was done. He was over. And what do you know? Many, many years later, he ended up being our president. After this? Sheesh. That is absolutely, positively crazy. The fact that footage like this exists and it was never brought up. It is never brought up. See, I wouldn't have an issue with the media bashing Trump if the media bashed Biden just as evenly. If the playing field is even, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. I'm totally fine with it. I think that's important. Call out BS. But the problem with the media is videos like this that we just checked out. The media would never talk about that. They would never show any footage like that. Ever. Not to Joe. No. Well, really not to anybody from the left is what I'm discovering, in all honesty. And That is crazy to me. And it's crazy that more of our population don't realize what is actually happening. Like, honestly, honestly and truthfully, when have you guys ever seen CNN or MSNBC criticize a Democrat? Like, truly criticize a Democrat. Like I said before, I haven't been, on this journey for very, very long. I'm still a newborn in terms of the politics, but so far I have yet to see it. But y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Maybe there's something out there that I missed, which I'm sure there probably is somewhere. There has to be, right? But this is crazy. Last election, Joe being able to basically hide away, and no video like the one we just saw was put out there. No videos like him talking about black kids and roaches and comparing them to roaches being out there. No video like the video, I think it was in the same video where he talked about kids rubbing on his legs, or, no video like the one where he's sniffing kids. None of that at all. Zero criticism. And still some people in America don't realize what is happening. I don't know. Maybe I'm the blind one. I don't know. That's just crazy to me. But anyway, as always, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. Thank you to every single last one of you guys that continually comment, like, and share these videos. I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I mean, this channel doesn't grow without your help. Obviously, you guys know the YouTube algorithm was really pushing us down. I think I know why. I mean, views on the channel like really tanked after a while. I mean, they were up like crazy, and then as soon as I really got into this stuff, then the views started to come down a little bit. So I need you guys' help to continue to fight against this YouTube algorithm, but I appreciate you guys. And also, thank you to every single last one of you that have sent me a care package via PayPal. Thank you guys so much. It truly helps out. All right. Peace and love. I'm out.